Hey, listen, I'm going live again. I'm going for a walk again, and of course it helps me clear my mind. And so I wanted to come out here and talk to y'all. I don't know if this is going to be quick. My hope is that it's going to be quick because this is supposed to be a quick walk. But I've used this metaphor before. Hey, neighbor. I've used this metaphor before, and I just kind of, it's just like clearing up in my mind, okay? Hello to everybody joining. Stay with me for a second. It's not going to take too long. And the metaphor is this. I'm going to walk you through this scenario, okay? Imagine a person going to the doctor's office, and they're there. And the doctor, and they're there because their head hurts. Their head keeps hurting or their arm keeps hurting. Pick a body part, I don't care. And this body part, this arm keeps hurting. Oh my goodness, my kids are here. It's all right. So y'all just be patient. Because I'm about to tell them, stop, walk away. Listen, I'm on this and I'm doing something, so give me a minute. All right. You can run if you want. I'm walking. Oh boy, here we go. So anyway, so there's a body part that is hurting. Maybe it's the arm, maybe it's the head or something. Y'all can wave, I love it. And you go to the doctor. This person goes to the doctor. Let's give him a name, Sam. Because Sam could be a boy or a girl, you never know. Okay. Sam goes to the doctor and is like, Doc, my arm keeps hurting so much. Like, I don't get it. What's the problem? Why does my arm hurt? The doc does all kinds of x-rays and, Sam is in pain as Sam is waiting to come back and get results. They do x-rays, MRIs, all the things, okay? They try all kinds of things. Comes back and the doctor tells Sam, listen, good job on paying attention to your body. Good job on noticing that there was something wrong, because what we've noticed is, cancer. There's a tumor in your arm. If you wouldn't have paid attention to that little pain that you have, right? Like you wouldn't come in and I couldn't have done my research and identified it. And the good news is that we found it and it's really, really small and it's very early in the process. Stay with me, y'all. Hey, Tracy. And it's very early in the process, and it's so little that we can really take care. Sam could be grateful and say, oh my goodness, Doc, thank you so much for listening to me, for paying attention, for doing all your studies, for looking into it to keep me healthy, right? That's one way that Sam can answer. The other way Sam can answer, the other way that Sam can answer is by getting angry, right? Sam could say, hey, Doc, how dare you? How dare you point this out? How dare you tell me that this is cancer? You are cancerous, right? Like, you are a cancerous person for pointing out this cancer in my arm. That would be crazy, though, wouldn't it? It would be crazy to, maybe that's not the word. It would be wild. It would be, it wouldn't make sense, right? It would be illogical. It would be immature even, right? It would be all these different things for us to expect him and make sense of that reaction from Sam. So then Sam, let's say he goes with the first one where he's grateful and he's helpful. Sam leaves the doctor's office because Sam does not do the B, right? Sam does not go with, I'm angry. I'm going to go with, I'm grateful. This was so good, right? Let's make pretend. Sam leaves the doctor's office and Sam is like, my goodness, what a great doctor. I am so grateful eternally, really. I cannot wait to go. And Sam goes and buys the medicines that they need. And Sam tells their friends and says, listen, this is what I'm going through. Will you be there for me? He does a post on social media talking about, I have cancer in my arm, but I am going to make it through. All right. Shares with everybody, testifies of this great new medicine and this doctor who helped them. Great. But now for a second, let's pretend that Sam did go with the angry response, right? The angry route. Sam leaves. Sam is so angry that doctor would dare say that. And Sam doesn't say anything. Well, goes off on a rant to people. Could you imagine this terrible doctor that would tell me how, that it's just that my arm hurts. Like, how do they even know for sure? Doctors these days, right? And some of Sam's friends are supportive. So they're like, yeah, wow, that you should try another doctor. Or you know what? It's going to go away. right? The minimizers. It's going to go away. Don't even pay attention to that. Let it go. Child number 2. Right? Like, just don't worry about it. Like, we got this. Just go drink some water. You know what I mean? Take a break. Go for a weekend away, etc. Now, I want us to pause here on this scenario, because obviously I'm trying to get at something. Thank you for those that are still with me. Because racism is a cancer. Yes, I'm going to talk about the big R word. Racism is a cancer. It is a form of cancer. I don't mean to diminish cancer and its bodily harms and effects. No. What I mean is that this is a thing that starts really small, grows. It is toxic, and it destroys. It destroys from the inside and externally, right, to others. But often, too often in this country as a society, we look at cancer and we respond like the angry Sam. And we say, how dare you? How dare you talk about that? How dare you blame racism? How dare you point that out here? We say, you are racist for pointing this out. We are angry Sam. And again, I've talked about this before. I don't know if I've talked about it like this at length with this metaphor fleshed out. This is what happens when I go for walks. But that's the thing, right? Like, isn't that just an illogical response? It is not constructive. It is not conducive to us growing or changing or shifting. And so we keep coming back, right? Because what do you think Sam's going to have to do? Sam's going to have to keep going from doctor to doctor to doctor because his arm still hurts. Because they have cancer. And they are trying not to deal with somebody telling them that they have cancer. So what do you want to hear? That you have a rash? We could treat a rash. It's not going to solve your problem, which is what we've done as a nation, right? We'll be like, oh yeah, it's a rash. Just give them a cream. Or, you know what? Let's put a Band-Aid on it. Put a Band-Aid on it. That will take care of it. That will help. Put some Vicks Vaporu. Put some Vaporu on it, right? And none of this is going to work because you are not dealing with the cancer, with the racism. Y'all with me so far? I hope so. So where I'm at, because I got on here the other day and I talked about this election cycle and I talked about how we're going into it in the fall and we're about to be there. Some places started school already. Some places start in 1 or 2 weeks. I know here in Florida, we start in about 2-3 weeks. We cannot walk into these schools acting like we don't know what's happening in our nation. Like we don't know that it's about to get very ugly. It's already a little ugly. It's not as ugly as 2016. Thank God. But we have to have a plan in case it does get there. Right? Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Somebody commented, the truth is like holistic medicine, but not everybody wants that. Correct. It is a holistic medicine, but even more so, right? People don't even necessarily want to look at the medicine because they don't believe that there's a problem. Sam doesn't want to accept that there's cancer in his arm. So you can't give Sam any medicine, holistic, no matter what kind of medicine it is. Sam don't want to acknowledge that there's cancer. We cannot go back to our schools this fall and not die on the hill of there is racism here. And it shows up in a million different ways. It shows up when we prioritize standardized testing over children. It shows up when we, don't have protocols in place for racist incidents. It shows up when we don't want to acknowledge in our schools that we have a disparity on suspension or disciplinary behaviors and infractions. That's how it shows up. And so we put Band-Aids and we put Vaporu. Listen, I'm big on menthol, but we put all these different, things on the problem instead of dealing with the cancer. I'm about to stop. What are you doing here?
You are supposed to look at the bad bug.
No, I can't look at the bug right now.
Mommy.
I'm about to leave though. Y'all, they don't care. Here's the other one. You wanna see?
It died.
Can y'all let me do this and talk to the people for a second? Please. Anyway, here's how I'm going to wrap it up. There's a cancer. We have to address it. You need some doctors, and you need people to accept the diagnoses of the doctors. We are some doctors. I got colleagues who are doctors. If y'all don't want to bring us in, don't bring us in. Bring other people in, right? But I'm telling you that we can, and that we have. And we get results because we walk in with humility and respect. We listen, even though most of the time we know what we're going to hear, but still, sometimes we've heard things that are not what we expected. And we adjust and we mold and we bend because we have to be flexible, right? The doctor comes in and says, okay, for you, this is the prescription. But if Sam was Jamie, right? Then Jamie would get a different prescription, possibly. Different people, different lifestyles, different bodies, different levels of cancer, different locations of cancer, different types of cancer. So even though, right, we can't say one size fits all because it doesn't. We know everybody needs us, right? Like everybody needs a fitting. Everybody needs a fitting. So I'll leave you with that. There's cancer. Y'all need doctors. Hit us up. Hit other people up. But we cannot walk into schools in the next several weeks acting like there's no cancer, because we're going to have a year just like we did last year. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't think that our hearts can take it. I do not think that our hearts as teachers, I don't think that the kids can take it. And I don't think parents can take it. Like, this is just a mess. It's a burning mess. Some things we cannot fix as individuals, right? So I don't mean to put what is not for us on us, right? There's things that are not, we don't even get paid enough to do, to solve or fix. We meaning teachers, right? Or even the principals. But what is in our pockets and what it is in our scope, we need to address it, but we need to do it collectively. And we need to do it in agreement and intentionally. Okay? All right, I'm going to stop here. Thanks for hanging out, y'all.